Every autumn, millions of North American monarch butterflies fly up to 3,000 miles south. They converge on specific tiny overwintering sites in Mexico, covering an area of less than a single square mile. The individual insects making this journey are separated from the ones who flew it last by 3 to 5 generations. The butterfly navigating to this highly specific patch of forest has never been there before, but its great-great-grandfather has. If we were trying to teach a modern artificial intelligence to navigate a precise geographic route like this, we would have to feed it massive amounts of training data. The system requires repeated iterations to learn the correct path. The monarch butterfly receives no environmental training data. When it hatches, the insect already possesses the instructions for a cross-continental migration. Since the route is not learned from the environment, the data has to be physical. The exact map must somehow be stored inside the biology of the insect itself. We naturally assume that living things are built from precise architectural plans. The common intuition is that DNA acts as a blueprint, containing an exact diagram for building the body and the brain. The challenge with that idea is the immense structural scale of the final organ. A fully wired brain contains billions of individual neurons, connected by trillions of highly specific synaptic pathways. The human genome simply does not have enough digital storage capacity to hold a one-to-one map of those trillions of connections. Compared to the detail required to map every connection in a working brain, the genetic code contains very little information. In information theory, a precise description of every detail of a completed system is called endpoint information. Because of the massive storage deficit in our DNA, it is physically impossible for our genes to hold the endpoint information of a neural network. If our genetic code lacks the capacity to act as a literal blueprint, then our intuition is incorrect. We are misinterpreting how nature actually constructs an intelligent system. Instead of a static map, the genetic code provides algorithmic information. This operates like a recipe, where instructions unfold over time through a sequence of specific steps. To understand how almost zero initial information can generate infinite complexity, mathematicians use a cellular automaton. This animated diagram shows a specific set of logic known as Rule 110. It starts with a single row of blocks. The system follows a basic true or false condition. It looks at a triplet of blocks in the current row and applies one simple rule to determine whether the single block directly underneath it will be filled in or left blank. That one rule is applied again and again. As the simulation iterates thousands of times, the process consumes time and energy to produce an unpredictable, non-repeating geometric pattern. Generating mind-boggling complexity does not require a massive initial file size. It only requires simple, local rules executed repeatedly over time. Brain development operates on exactly this principle. Genes do not hand the brain a map. They provide the local rules for growth. A growing neuron acts as an autonomous agent. It extends physical tendrils outward, blindly exploring and reacting to the immediate chemistry of its environment. It's like trying to navigate a city where the streets are actively being built, modified, and destroyed in real time. The map changes in direct response to your own movement within it. Because this environment is chaotic, nature introduces biological noise into the rules. Rather than demanding absolute precision, a developing brain encourages promiscuous, messy synapses to form, relying on randomness as a vital feature of the growth process. This messy, algorithmic self-assembly builds robustness into the architecture. It allows the physical network to adapt, making alternative connections if it encounters an injury or an unexpected change in the environment. Today, developers of artificial neural networks rely on a philosophy that bypasses this process. The current industry standard is to build first and train later. Engineers construct an initially empty network with randomly assigned connections. They flip the switch and then push massive amounts of data through the static architecture to train it. This approach skips the tedious, energy-consuming developmental phase of biology entirely. There is no algorithmic self-assembly. The artificial network does not grow. In a biological brain, memories and intelligence aren't saved to a static address like data on a hard drive. The information is physically entangled in the growth history of the network itself. As long as artificial intelligence focuses entirely on mimicking the final function of a brain, while skipping the developmental phase of how it grows, a truly human-like intelligence may remain out of reach.